Welcome back to the Nomads Notes Help videos. In this video we're going to have a look at my campsites. So over here to the navigation page icons, we can navigate to the My Campsites page. On this page we have a list of all our campsites on the left. And depending on how many campsites you have, this list could go on and on and on, so it might be a bit cumbersome. So we can look at it in a different way. So we can now scroll in on our map, and we can see we've got lots of campsites here. Your campsites could be anywhere in the world, and they could be spread over several continents, so you could see them over several continents if you scroll out. But we're going to scroll in, and we can choose to look at them into the details in two different ways. We can choose from the map, and we can choose, from the list on the left, we can choose one, and we can look at the details of this Canal Creek. And we can look at where it is on the map in the far north of Australia. We can look at the details, the address, we can look at the coordinates. If we had any photos, we could look at them here, and we can look at the facilities that this campsite had. Not many. This one's just a bush camp, and there's very few facilities at this one. And then we look at some other information. Because there's no facilities, there's no information for this one. If we come back to our search, we can look at it in a different way. We can choose one of these icons from our map, and we can go anywhere in our map, and we can choose one from our map up here, and we'll choose this one. This is the different one in the same area. We can look at this again on our map. We can look at the details, and we can scroll up and down there. We can come back to our search. So we can just to confirm, we can look at the details by clicking on the map, or we can look at the details by picking from the list. This one has a photo, and we can add more photos if we wish. Clicking from the list. And this one again has a photo and has all our details there. We can edit this campsite as we showed in our editing and adding video, and we can share this campsite by clicking on the share, which will open up in a new page, and from there we can share the details with family and friends via mail, via Facebook, or via Twitter. And we've got our details there. We can write something about it. Hey friend, found this great campsite, thought you might appreciate it, or something like that, and we can post to Facebook. Or we can do the same with mail or with Twitter. So we'll come back to our campsite page now, back to our search page. We can also search via a town if we're not really sure, but we're looking for one in a town. We can just start typing, and we'll come up with a town, and we'll find the campsite in that town, and then we can just look on the details from that much smaller list. Or we can search by a region, and we just start typing, and whatever is there will come up. And we can search for our ones in Tasmania. I could type New York, and New York would come up as a region, but I haven't got any campsites in New York, so nothing comes up on my list. I could also type in a campsite name, because I remember the name of my campsite that I'm looking for, and then I can go to the details from there, because my list is much smaller. Or again with the campsite types, I can just look for bush camps, for example, and then I've got a much smaller list then that I can handle to look at and choose which one I want to look at. To add a new campsite, just click the Add New button and add our details there. But the details of how to add new are in our Add New campsite video. So that's just a quick rundown on campsites in Nomads Notes.